Welcome in to the Monday Morning Quarterback UK with your boys Ben, Dami and Kriski. Again, no bids.
We heard from him yet? Is he doing okay? Is he surviving in Mexico?
Mexico has him now.
Yeah?
That's
Is
all
that
I
what
know.
we're going with?
He's not posted a lot.
No.
I think he's busy or he's not busy at all.
Yeah, I think he's probably like 10 bottles deep
You
in
think?
tequila.
He did.
Right now.
He did send one photo, which was he was on like a bus going somewhere, and it had a cup holder for your mojitos.
Oh, really? So when you said a bus, I'm thinking he's like on a rickety old bus, like heading to the outskirts of Mexico. No, it was a luxurious bus where you can have a mojito on the way to the beach.
Yeah,
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's getting like a little mini coach bus type situation about half a mile down the road or something.
Okay, thank you for the context.
Yeah,
that helped.
it looked like he was having a good time. That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
hope
saying.
you're having a great time, Bids. Yeah.
I'm indifferent about his time there. So.
Well, I hope Elle's having a great time then.
Yeah. We hope Elle's having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about him.
You boys really don't like him.
Well, he's not here.
True.
If you're not here, you can't defend yourself.
Yeah.
And he may watch this back, but that's his business.
Yeah. Fair.
Whatever we say, we're saying it with our chest. That's all we can do.
That's for damn sure.
That is all we can do. What is going on? How's everyone doing?
Good. I'm tired. You know what? I did 3. You can tell silly season's here. I did 3 nights out in a row
Yeah,
last
that's
week,
a no for me.
and actually, bones pick with you guys. You two missed our uni Christmas social. Like, how are we not raising that
I
yet?
forgot that was in
How
there.
Yeah,
bang
I
out of
forgot about
line,
that.
dropping out on the day.
Okay, so for the context, I've been ill basically since we did the last podcast.
Uh-huh.
I didn't feel too bad when we did the podcast, and then the next day I got home, I felt like death warmed over.
Same.
Literally, like I didn't even work.
Yeah, same.
So I was off work for the next few days. Found a way to make sure I was available to go to Coventry for my friend's birthday. Shout out to Livy, happy 30th. But honestly, I've never felt so bad before in my life, and I put it down to normally around October, November time I always get the flu jab, and this year I haven't, just because I just missed it.
Yeah.
That's not the reason.
No, every year I get the flu jab at
I've
the
had
same
the flu
time.
jab. I've had the same thing.
No, the thing is, every year at the same time I get the flu jab, and I never get ill around this time.
Yeah.
This is the first year in a long time
Yeah,
I've
but
been
I'm
ill.
telling you, me and you got the same thing, and I got that flu jab.
Uh,
I got it like 6 weeks ago, a month ago.
I just think boys are clearly both weak. I was with you last Tuesday. I didn't get ill. What is this?
Bro, you just run from all your problems. Oh, it won't from me. I don't have that kind of stamina. You run from your problems. I can't do anything about it. I can't jog that fast. Just catches me.
Well done. You missed the uni Christmas social, so we decided at table.
Yeah,
Next year, dinner's on you.
Yeah, it looked banging, right? It looked banging, and me, Dami, and Bids weren't there. For equally reasonable reasons. The same reason.
how was it?
It was really good. Everyone was on top form. You know what? Didn't really miss you, if I'm honest.
Wow.
No, joking,
Wow.
no, it was
Swear.
actually really good.
Swear. No,
Guinnesses
Guinness.
were flowing. Everyone bought a shot at one point in the night.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
And yeah, weird. I don't know how that started, but yeah, everyone bought a shot. So there was tequila, baby Guinness, Sambuca. Yeah,
Ooh.
mate.
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
It was
I
a
got,
school
Guinnesses,
night.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, man. Thursday night, I saw messages popping up after midnight. I was like, something's gone wrong.
yeah, I
Or incredibly
got a
right.
line bike home and yeah, mate,
Yeah.
hit
Oh,
the
nice.
curb and fell off. But
Oh.
yeah, it was that bad.
So you can't cycle from those problems.
Yeah.
Well, most importantly, how was the actual dinner?
Dinner was okay. Not our best dinner. Not we.
Swear.
Yeah,
I picked a
yeah.
bad place.
Yeah, so you picked the place and then didn't turn
show.
up, and the dinner was meh.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Really. I thought
Honestly.
it was really nice when me and my brother went there a few years ago. That was pre-COVID though.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
so-
things have changed.
Yeah, so yeah.
Damn, we need to find a good place to go.
Well, last year we went to the old Compton Brasserie, and that was
Didn't Bids
decent.
nearly die?
No, that wasn't that.
Wasn't that place
No.
with the nuts?
No, I think
No,
That was Road though.
Yeah.
no.
Guy who
that was-
wasn't sure if there were nuts in his own creation. And we're like, I don't think you cooked
Questionable,
this.
yeah.
I don't think you cooked this big
No,
man.
that's
You-
questionable. That is very questionable.
You're like, no, I cooked it, but I don't know if there's nuts in it. What do you mean? It's a weird conversation.
That is weird. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we missed it. It looked live, and we missed it.
Yeah, there's next year.
Yeah.
So far away, I don't think that far ahead.
Yeah.
I probably won't show again. No.
I hope the gang's listening. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't guarantee I'll be there because apparently I get ill all the time. There's nothing I can do about it.
You do.
I don't know what's wrong with me. As I said, I don't think I have none of my problems like Kriski, so it's fine. It's fine.
Probably because you're missing a kidney.
Yeah, man, relax, man. Yeah, man, I'm
That
missing
might have
organs.
something to do with it.
I'm missing organs. It is what it is. It's not weighing me down. I should be able to move quicker. I'm not so light on my feet now.
Have you ever been?
Wow. 2008 maybe. 2008 maybe. September.
God.
I had like a good month. Had a sprightly month, and that was about it. Yeah. Cool. That's how everyone's been, I guess. Let's crack on with the juicy stuff as usual. Kriski, talk to us. Who did some stuff, and do we have any idea who they are?
Yeah, so speaking of someone who can run, apparently, Chase Brown, running back for the Bengals.
But hold on, you trying to compare me to a professional sportsman? Professional American football
If you
player?
want to go there, then mate, like, yeah. like,
What's that?
I don't think he was comparing you.
no,
At all.
I don't think, mate. You like, not even,
Not even close.
yeah.
Well, how would you?
Why would you?
Yeah,
I could maybe take a kicker.
absolutely. So you'll see that one.
Maybe like a 40-year-old one. Like a real old one.
Yeah.
I have no. Yeah.
Carry on, who did some stuff?
So, yeah, Chase Brown, running back, backup running back for the Bengals. He had a good game, 105 yards total, 1 touchdown, and it was a hell of a touchdown as well. Like, it was that little juke at the end, just like he kind of just stepped in, sold the guy a dream. He went out of touch, and then,
You sent him out of bounds.
oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
That was a brilliant play.
yeah.
Brilliant play.
How are you going to send a guy out of bounds?
Honestly, mate, the guy full send for it.
Well,
Like,
if you're running down the line,
Yeah.
and the guy's trying to
cut across.
cut across, if you juke him, he goes out of play.
Yeah.
Right?
He fell for it. Put line.
He fell for it.
The man out of bounds is
Yeah,
rough.
man. No, that was an excellent run.
Fair enough.
He was very good.
Fair enough.
And then another one that came out of the woodworks I felt was Isaiah Likely for the Ravens, tight end. So he had another great game. 1 touchdown again, very good touchdown as well, and he finished on 83 yards.
Yeah.
That Mark Andrews injuries helped him out a lot.
Big time.
He's getting some.
Yeah, I
some
think
attention.
last week I think he got about 40 yards, and then doubled it this week. So
Well,
He might get himself a little deal there.
For the Ravens to be successful this year, they need more performances like that from him.
Yeah, but he might get himself a nice little contract.
Yeah.
especially I think everyone turned up in the end of the game, but at the start, I know Zay dropped a couple, or had a couple of receptions, but nothing major. Like so, he was one of the ones that could get targeted quite early on, which was surprising, but
Well,
good
for
on
him.
him.
Good for him.
And then I did want to shout out an unexpected performance this week. So, the 38-year-old Joe Flacco.
Jesus Christ.
Mate, what a game. Like, 38-year-old,
Oh, man.
311 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mate, he balled out. Even and he was buzzing afterwards. He got the interview and he's like, I just felt like a little kid. I was just out there playing, throwing the ball around.
He's having a good time, isn't he?
Mate, just fantastic.
3 weeks ago, he was watching the NFL like us, and
Yeah.
now he's back in the league to throw for 311 yards.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
You gotta love that.
You do to a certain extent, but then you've also got to question what the hell's the other team doing.
He's younger than Aaron Rodgers, though, isn't he?
Couple of them,
Yeah.
a couple of the plays. I think the one that receiver was just wide open in the backfield, and I was
Yeah,
like,
they fall for the pump fake, and
yeah.
then just let the players run through. Yeah,
He did dish in that game, though.
He did.
311 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's not bad, is it?
Mate, 38 years young.
And for a Browns team that couldn't get it going with any quarterback.
yeah,
And he was the guy they're like, we need somebody.
yeah, true.
Yeah. Do you know who else I wanted to give an honourable mention to?
Who's that?
Quentin Johnston. Do you know who that is?
No.
I feel like he's a receiver, but I can't remember for which team.
So the Chargers receiver that they took in the first round.
Yeah,
I think he was taken ahead of Zay Flowers.
yeah.
Okay.
And he's been dropping stuff.
Oh yeah. How bad?
He's been dropping.
Toney
he's been
bad,
dropping
or?
passes. Yeah, it's been as bad. It's been almost as bad as Toney. but no one's
It's
talking
impossible
about it
to
'cause
be that close to Tony.
He's a rookie,
impossible.
so no one's digging him out for it really.
Yeah.
But like, there were some baller receivers that have actually been playing well, and he was drafted ahead of. But he got 3 receptions, which isn't a massive amount of receptions, but he got his highest yardage total, 91 yards from 3
Nice.
receptions. Caught a couple of long bombs.
And was that with the backup QB as well? Who came in the end because Herbert went out, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
Eastern Stick.
Easton
That
Stick,
was it.
yeah.
Easton Stick.
Who actually,
It didn't look too
he
bad.
was alright.
Yeah,
Like,
he wasn't
he
terrible.
could have collapsed in on himself, and he didn't. Like, he was fine.
after he gave up that fumble recovery for
Yeah.
a touchdown.
Look.
Dami with the specifics. What's this about?
No one's saying he came out, balled out, and is now challenging for the MVP because apparently if you have good stats like Purdy, you MVP candidate. But you know what I mean? Like, he played. He came in and played all right, which does seem to happen a lot back at quarterbacks. We've spoken about it before.
They've had that. They seem to have the first come in, first start maybe good as well, but then
Downtown
we'll
Jake
let
Brown. Just saying.
I hate that.
Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway, Quentin Johnson, I want to give him a little honourable mention.
Love that.
Less unknown, like he's a bit known, but he actually had a good game, and as I say, well, some of it was with Herbert, but mostly with Easton, which is a wild name as well.
Yeah.
We'll add it to the list.
Yeah, wild.
Shout out to his parents for that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've spoken about some crazy player names. Go and have a look at that player names episode if you think that's weird and wild. Like, we've got some crazy ones from there. Anyway, we'll move on to a bit of a college football one. It's going to be fairly short this time. Like I said last week, it was only Army-Navy competing for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, which hopefully you guys remember.
Yeah.
Sort of the Army, Navy, Air Force play against each other, and whoever gets the highest win total. Anyway, I said to you in that game, I said to you about this game, it's mostly a running affair. But how many passing yards do you think the Army quarterback had? Bryson Daly is his name.
Okay.
I'm going to go 120.
Yards and attempts. Give me yards and attempts.
Yards and attempts.
Yards, attempts, and completions.
20 attempts. And
Okay.
Yeah, 20 attempts
yards.
is not a lot.
20 attempts.
Actually, I'll say 15 attempts.
Okay.
And I would say, around 100 yards.
100 yards, 15 attempts. How many completions do you think he got then, if that's the case?
Probably a lot of
12.
probably a lot of screen and dump offs, so probably like 15.
Jesus, yeah, 15. 15 for 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bryson Daly had 54 yards, passing total in that game. 7 of 14. He completed 7 passes in that game.
Wow.
How many times do you think he ran the ball?
Oh,
the
he
quarterback.
actually. Oh, is he dual threat? Oh, well, not
Yeah. Army only brings in dual threat quarterbacks. I want to say dual threat.
Okay,
I
so
mean
you must have had-
exclusively
I'm gonna
single
go-
threat quarterback, and it's not passing.
30 rushing attempts then for.
That's a
100,
that's a lot. Because what about the other
120
running
yards.
backs? What about the other running back? I'm gonna say 10.
10 rush attempts.
Yeah.
So he had 27 rush attempts, but for 84 yards.
Jeez.
In total, so bearing in mind they have their main running back, who ran it half as many times, by the way, they rushed it 47 times compared to 14 pass attempts.
Wow.
Just think about those percentage splits. You know when you're like, damn, like a team's passed a lot, they've passed it 50% of the time, like, or 55% of the time. That's wild. 47 rushing attempts to 14 passes. Insane.
Let me ask a question. In these Army-Navy games, do they run the ball so much? Because as a philosophy, in these military schools, they don't want to pass the ball.
Army definitely don't.
They want to be just tough, rugged men who just run into each other.
Yes, literally that's what Army's about. Army are like, we're the toughest, so we're going to run at
Let's show people we're the toughest. Yeah,
literally that.
That's so sad.
So who came out on top?
So Navy threw a little bit more, but they were down 10-0 at half, so they had to throw a bit more.
Yeah.
But it finished 17-11. So Army won the Commander-in-Chief's trophy for the 10th time?
Okay.
10th time. Air Force have won it 21 times, Navy have won it 16. So it ain't working all that well, is all I'm saying.
Wow.
Like, Army have won it a few times in the last few years. I think it's like 3 times in the last 5 years. So they've been more on top. But 54 passing yards? It's wild.
It must be such an awful game to watch.
Depends how if you like the run game, mate.
I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't that bad. But mostly because everyone's so hyped for the game. Because it's the only college game. Like I said last week, it's the only game that was on. So everyone has to watch it if you're going to watch college sport. Well, not college sport in general. There was probably some basketball, but who wants to see that?
Until March Madness.
Until March Madness, in which case everyone watches everything. And then, like I said last week, we've got some cool bowl games coming up: Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl, and then the National Championship early Jan. So gear up for that because it's going to be banging. These playoffs looking pretty juicy. So anyway, let's jump onto game of the week. Dami, talk to us. What's your game of the week from last week?
So, I could troll and just say the Vikings versus the Raiders.
It was
Why would you say that?
It was a nail biter.
It was a defensive battle.
What was the final score?
3-0.
Say it one more time with chest.
3-0.
Three.
But I'm not
Total
gonna.
points.
I'm not gonna waste the audience time. So I'm gonna go for the Bucks versus the Falcons, just so I can laugh at Kriski.
The tasty divisional match. Love it.
I love it. He knows I love a divisional matchup, but
And you love you some Baker Mayfield.
yeah, I do like Baker. I like his moxie, as they say. But the fact that they won the game, they won the game. They were down with 3 minutes to go, and then that touchdown pass to Cade Otton was a nice throw, really nice catch. Also, Cade Otton was on my he was on my fantasy game day team. So
Picked him up ahead of me because you got a higher draft priority, sitting in 9th.
so yeah, I really needed him. But yeah, honestly, it was really good game. Drake London balled out as well.
What, 170 yards?
172 yards off 10 receptions. Even Desmond Ridder played half decent.
I was going to say there was a great half,
Yeah.
and then there was also a Desmond Ridder half.
Yeah.
He picked
I mean,
3 yards to his right, and I was like,
That pick.
That
pick of what was it, like 5-6 yards from his goal line?
Yeah.
Do you know?
It was horrendous.
I don't. Do you know what? I actually don't blame him for that.
Really?
I don't blame him for that. I do blame him for not selling it well. He made it a bit too obvious that's what he was going to do. But that's the design play. Like if the if the defender has read the play, which he has, he's seen the play before. He's clearly watched a lot of film and gone, "I've seen that play before," and jumped the route. I don't think there's a lot Desmond Ridder can do about that. It looks terrible.
Yeah, it does.
But everyone is doing their job on the Falcons team. The only thing you could say is that Ridder's made it too bait. That's the only thing that you could say. I don't think you could blame him for. So Bijan Robinson's doing his slight drift out towards the sideline, which he's supposed to do because that builds space.
Sure.
And Desmond Ridder's done the right thing, which is fake left turn and then sling it back right.
Yeah.
He's done the right thing. The defender's jumped the route. I don't think there's a lot you can do about that, but it does look horrific.
Yeah, it does.
He looks dread.
And especially that close to your own goal line as well.
And then he got tackled at the 1, didn't he? And then Baker Mayfield faked the handoff to Rashad White and rushed it himself. And we had Rashad White in our oh no, we didn't have Rashad White in our tips this week, but I would have had Rashad White in my tips this week, but he did get his touchdown in the end anyway. But
I also had him in my fantasy game day as well, Rashad White.
Did you?
Yeah,
you should have got a second touchdown because
he
that's
gets
some nonsense.
so many carries, man.
Yeah.
He gets so many.
How
carries.
did he not get the handoff there? I don't understand. Baker Mayfield's like, fake it, I'll charge it in.
Well, the thing is, he got the first attempt. He got the first down. He didn't get it, as in he got
like 4 yards.
He got the first carry, and they were like, "No, I'm going to go with Baker this one." It's like,
it's weird.
Baker just loves throwing himself into people.
He does.
He doesn't shy away from contact.
No.
But Baker's putting you in position to win the division, and you're like, just go in head first.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? People aren't losing quarterbacks left, right, and centre. What are we doing?
Baker's built differently, mate.
He is.
He's just.
If he got injured off of that play,
oh no, yeah,
it would have looked so dumb. Because Rashad White walked into the end zone.
Yeah, he did.
He walked in because he faked and just ran the play like he would if he'd been handed the ball. Walked in. I was like, should just had the battle. Anyway, it was a good game.
It was a big game, and now the Bucks are top of the division with 4 games left.
That's good. That's the third change in that division in the last 3 weeks.
I mean,
changing.
I still feel like that division shouldn't get a playoff spot.
Of course not, but
they all suck, and whoever comes top of that division is getting knocked out in the wild card round.
Probably.
No, I don't think they'll get blown out, but they'll get knocked out. They're not.
They should do,
because at the moment they're going to play the 5th seed. The 5th seed is currently the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh Lord.
They're going to get cooked. So. Yeah.
That's going to be rough.
So.
It won't finish the Eagles, surely. Either way, it's probably going to be the Cowboys.
Eagles and Cowboys.
The Eagles.
Pretty much who it's between. There's a big gap between everyone else there.
Either way, they're getting rocked. Actually.
Yeah. So.
At least if it's the Bucks, they might put up a decent fight. Because the Bucks can play with almost anybody. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, the Saints might do. Taysom Hill's back. Okay, moving on.
Kriski. Kriski takes out of our misery, and that was rough.
Ravens Rams. Yeah, this was a great game. I watched all of it as well, and just Lamar total 380 yards.
That's a lot of yards.
Odell turned up with a couple of great catches, one big touchdown as well. Like, he looks like he's back to his best. Like, yeah.
He was poo-pooing Lamar. Odell Beckham Jr.
Were you?
A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, you were.
Are we really bigging up Odell, saying he's going to be the next big thing again?
No. But he just looks like he's starting to
have some nuance, man.
Like,
no, it's all or nothing out here. Play to win, man.
No.
Wow.
No.
He did run some nice routes on him.
He did, man.
He did.
He had a couple of nice routes in that game, and he got a big game.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked if he went down to like 20 yards next game?
Or just get injured, probably.
No,
but
he's most likely to get injured.
Yeah. That's probably what it'd be like. But yeah, I mean.
But when he plays well, I'm going to say he plays well.
Yeah. I didn't knock him. I wasn't saying he didn't play well, and therefore, or he played well, and I'm just going to lie about it or knock him down. Like, he had a good game. They gave up a lot of points, the Rams.
Yeah, they did. So did the Ravens.
Yeah, so I feel like both teams had a chance to actually win it, but but it was tipping it down with rain out in Baltimore. Like, it wasn't nice, but yeah. But yeah, a couple of big performances on the Rams side as well. Cooper Kupp finally had a big game, even though I dropped him on my fantasy team. 25 points on my bench.
I can't believe you got Cooper Kupp.
I did it right last minute as well. That's the worst
I
thing.
think a lot of people dropped Cooper Kupp this week. I think a lot of people did, man.
I understand. I do understand.
You're coming up against the best defense in the league.
Yeah. In
And
the rain as well. I was like, oh, it's in the rain.
And Cooper Kupp has not been good the last few weeks.
Yeah.
No, that's valid.
So.
And then I thought they were going to run the ball, which they did. Kyron Williams, another big game. But yeah. And then it went to overtime. And I think we all know how that finished.
Yeah, sensational.
Sensational.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
It's my moment of the week.
Yeah. We can talk about it there then.
Yeah, I'll talk about it in a second, because that return was nuts.
Yeah. But
yeah, man, good game. Very good game.
Yours?
Cooper Kupp. Browns Jags. So it's slightly different type of game, but turns out the Browns can put up points, you know?
Yeah.
So like we were saying, Flacco 311, turns out the Browns can put up some points.
Or the Jags can concede points.
Yeah. Okay, if you're gonna be like that about it. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 picks. It's not great. It's not great.
Do you think he was fully healthy, or do you think there's no way?
Chance, man.
Like,
He wasn't. I just didn't know what else to do. Like, that Browns team is good, and they still hung 27 points on that Browns
I was
defense.
say they look like they're coming back as well. I know, like, it was a little bit sketchy towards the end. You were like, oh god, are the Browns actually going to throw this away? But
Jags could have won that game, you know.
They could have, yeah.
But like 3 picks and you still put up 27 points is pretty good against the probably best defense in the league. We were saying a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago, I think it's kind of right to the Ravens now.
But top 3.
I'd say top 5 actually.
Yeah, I think
Really?
top 5.
Fallen off that much for you in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think just statistically, I think they've dropped.
Yeah. That's not even me. Just like
Swear.
Kriski said, statistically, I think.
Fair enough, but they've been nuts this season. But yeah, they gave up. They took away 3 picks from Trevor Lawrence, and still they put up 27 points, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But
I had him on my bench as well.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for the best, surely.
No, CJ Stroud got me 3 points.
CJ Stroud got 3 points, didn't he?
He got knocked out of the game.
Bastard, yeah. So that one ended up being a little bit of a shootout. Like, nice fourth quarter, 23-point fourth quarter, but not a good defensive performance, I would say, from the Browns. Like, yes, 27 points, but 3 picks is solid.
Yeah.
Greg Newsom looks like a problem as well.
The thing is, it looked like they were targeting him.
Yeah.
And he was just playing out of his mind every time.
He was prepared.
Yeah, he was very well
mentally ready. So, anyway, that was cool. But moments of the week, I'll jump onto it straight away actually, which is the Tylan Wallace return. So Tylan Wallace is a guy who basically didn't know if he was going to be playing in this game. So he's the backup punt returner.
Yeah, that's low down the list, isn't it?
Backup punt returner because what's his name? Bateman.
Oh, Rashad.
Yeah, Rashad Bateman's injured.
Wow.
So this guy wasn't even sure he was going to make the 53-man roster, and I think he got called into the team like 2 days before the game. They were like, okay, we're going to need to play punt returner. He was like, cool, no problem. Played it. wins the game with a return for 76 yards for a touchdown from the punt in
That's
overtime.
huge.
I just don't know how he, down that sideline, it just looked like he was just going to get
gonna
knocked
go,
out any
yeah.
time, any second, and just found a hole.
Incredible balance.
Yeah, walk-off touchdown.
Incredible balance.
That's the kind of thing that just gets you a contract, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Rashad Bateman's been on returns. Are you sure? That might change, you know. This guy can actually play. And Rashad Bateman is a wide receiver who's going to get game time anyway.
Yeah.
And if Odell Beckham goes down, there you go.
Yeah.
Which we know he could easily do. So, anyway, unbelievable return. 76 yards, wins in the game.
And huge win for the Ravens as well. Puts
Really
them 1
important
seed.
Yeah.
Important win.
Right.
Out in the 1 seed, yeah.
Yep. Because some other teams lost, is what I'm saying.
They did.
Some other teams lost.
They really did, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go over the playoff picture in a second,
Yeah.
but Kriski, talk to us.
Okay, I don't know if you know what's been going on with DK Metcalf in the last few weeks, but
A lot.
he's found a hole in the system, let's just say. He's learnt sign language,
Yeah, crazy.
and it's like every few weeks he's been doing a different one. But obviously he did one this week, which when he had that lovely touchdown, really nice play, rightfully so, he should be able to celebrate, but he did it, and his translation was, "My little dog, woof." So honestly, I was like, that's moment of the week anyway, just because it's his 4th week in a row. He's going to get banned eventually, like the NFL aren't going to let him have fun like that.
Yeah, sure.
But the bit that got
I
me
don't know.
was that I really think you don't think
I don't know, what are they going to do?
I mean, it's a official language in America, right? Like,
He's not saying anything that offensive.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, like,
But-
I don't think they can.
What are they even going to do? Don't use sign language. What do you mean, don't use sign language?
So what about all of the audience who are deaf?
Yeah, literally.
They're not allowed to know what you're celebrating
Yeah,
or
man.
see what you're celebrating now.
Hilarious.
I don't think they can.
I love it. I would love
Honestly,
to
I'm a huge fan. I've enjoyed
Yeah,
it the
I
last
do love
few
it,
weeks. Some of
yeah.
the other bits he's been coming out with as well
Yeah.
is just
I'd love to
top
see
notch.
the reason they give if they try and ban it.
I just love like the amount of planning that's gone into it. He's obviously been
massively.
learning sign language
Yeah.
every week. He's been learning something else, and then he's just
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly. But then
So good.
we went one step further. So the San Francisco long snapper Tabor Pepper, obviously because they ended up winning the game. He then went on Instagram later, and he was like, "Does anyone know ASL?" And he did sign language, and his translation was 14 bleep around and found out.
Wow.
That's sensational. I love that a lot. Can we repost that?
Yeah, we
Wow.
can absolutely. I'm sure we can find it.
Check
And
socials, guys, because that
like-
sounds awesome.
yeah,
I love the retort, but I don't want to hear that from the long snapper.
Yeah, long snapper's a bit.
I don't wanna
rogue,
hear that
isn't
from
it?
yeah, that
I
long
wanna-
snap had a big part to play in that 49ers win. What are you on about?
Give a damn about the long snapper. I want to hear that from Fred Warner.
Yeah, he's piping.
That
I
would
don't know,
be.
Dre
That would be.
Greenlaw. I don't want to hear it from a long snapper.
Yeah, long snapper's piping up for like no
Like, who
reason.
are you piping up
To
to?
DK Metcalf as well. It's brave. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
It's weird.
Do you know
He's
what?
very bizarre.
I don't mind hearing that from the punter, because at least they do something that's actually important. Long snap. Oh, you like? I guess you kind of do something, but it's nothing.
How
It's
about
not.
someone who's actually got beef with him during the game?
Yeah,
Anyone,
like when do they ever
anyone
come?
on defense?
They never come to each other. Like I don't get. But
The
unless
quarterback?
unless he actually knows sign language and it's kind of fitting that he actually does.
Imagine Brock Purdy doing that. Just
No, mate, that's not.
beefing him on socials after.
If he does that, I'll finally rate him.
He actually might get the MVP just for that.
I'll finally give him the respect he deserves.
Wow. Watch the film, guys.
I'd
Watch the
campaign
film.
for him to be MVP if he did that. Because that's sensational. Because DK Metcalf can be a bit of a troll.
Yeah, but
He's just messing with people now.
oh, I find it hilarious, and I hope it continues. And yeah, like
That was-
bring on more.
But that wasn't even his only moment of the game. Because are you going to talk about it?
Oh yeah, I can talk about it. It's not my moment of the week, but yeah, there was a point where DK Metcalf, I think he got blocked or he got stopped. He got stopped from receiving the ball by Fred Warner, and then Fred Warner's kind of like, not politely, just tapped him on the head whilst he's on the ground.
Yeah.
And then DK Metcalf's just gone up to him, grabbed him by his helmet, and just gone like, "What's your problem?" Shaking him. And then Fred Warner's like, "What are you doing, you madman?
You're going to flag him for that. Just pointing at him like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?" And it's like, it's typical DK Metcalf, because he always gets himself involved in fights and just nonsense that is unnecessary. And you were saying off air, like, oh, it's because he's just so like he so wants to win. I was like, no, he's just a bit of a nuisance. Like
He's a lunatic.
He's a lunatic. Like
I love
he's
it.
not. I'm not sure he's all there because like the way he reacts to stuff is not how you react.
He's saying he's moving like AJ Brown. He's the new
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
You might have CTE. I'm being deadly serious.
He might be the new AJ Brown.
You might have CTE already.
Yeah.
Because you heard about Hayden Hurst the other week who had post-traumatic amnesia.
Yeah, that's wild.
God, yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Apparently he didn't remember the 4 hours after the game.
Yeah.
He has no memory of it.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
insane.
Isn't it?
It's like, how does that happen?
He got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, and also in that game, DK Metcalf destroyed. So you've probably seen the helmet like holders on the side. So when you're done when you're on the sideline, you take your helmet off and you put it on these little holders. They're actually heated, which I didn't realise. They're heated so they can like so your helmet's warm when you put them on, so they're not freezing, and they maintain their shape better if you like hold them on these things. So it makes sense. But he destroyed it. He went to put it down, just like beating it and just rocked it.
Yeah, completely destroyed it.
Yeah, completely destroyed it. I was
Just
like, oh man, like, he's pissed.
Yeah.
So he had a bit of a wild.
He's
encounter.
on one.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he really wanted to win that game. I think he just gets these things put up in his head, and like he is really good, but his team don't really back his level of crazy.
No.
I don't know how to describe it. Like he's not actually crazy, but like some of the stuff he does, you're like, that's a bit much.
They're not. It's not a rational response to what's happened. It always looks irrational.
Yeah. In his head, he's like, this is for the Super Bowl, and I'm going to lose my mind if we don't win this game.
Yeah.
And it's like, big man, you're like, it's just like middle of the season. Like, I know you're vying for playoff position, but like, relax, like just a little.
How many years into the league is he?
6, I think.
Yeah, it's gotta
Really?
be a few.
6.
Okay.
I mean, he is. I mean, he has got some crazy highlights as well. Like,
Yeah.
he's obviously one of the best receivers in the league. Like, he's definitely top 20, top 10. Could he top 10 even maybe?
Yeah.
Right, we haven't really done a ranking like that, but bit of a lunatic. He's giving me AJ Brown vibes sometimes, you know.
And you don't want that.
That's the opposite of what you want.
You don't want that at all. You don't
Yeah,
want
that's
anywhere
the opposite of what you
near
want.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a great wide receiver, but
Things
we
fell
move
off quite
on.
quickly for him.
Yeah, we move on from there.
Things
yeah.
fell off.
Yeah.
Man. What's next?
So for me,
Vic's up. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah,
your moment of the week.
yeah, I got
Sorry,
my
we just
moment of the week.
We just got into it.
yeah, DK Metcalf took over. So for me, it was the absolute bedlam that happened when Kelsey lateraled that ball to Kadarius Toney. And for that walk-in touchdown, and I was watching it, I was like, 1 minute 12, I was like, the Bills are not coming back in this. This is amazing for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They finally found their moment. And then you just see the referee, so the guys in zebra.
What?
The guys in zebra just go offside, number, whatever it is, and you're just like, oh God. He was offside, and then you see the offside. You see how far offside.
Did you not spot it there and then? I was
No.
watching the play, watched him line up. I was
not-
like, well, this is about to get called
I
up.
was not even paying attention to that. I was thinking, how are they actually going to make this play? Because I in my head I was like, I don't think the Chiefs have it.
No.
And I didn't think the Chiefs had it. And then when they made the play, I was like, this is amazing. And then you see how far offside Kadarius Toney was, and you're like,
it's lined up in the neutral zone, and then you're literally basically stood alongside the defense.
Yeah. This is what's annoying with them. Obviously, like I get the frustration of like Andy Reid, Mahomes want to win, but like you've got to. There's a point where you've got to look at what Toney did and be like, the dude's messed up.
He's literally cost us a game.
Like, yeah.
yeah, but so okay, this is how I feel about the situation. So I feel like first of all, they're not expecting a player on their team to mess up that badly. And I feel like even if they saw the clip,
Yeah.
they were like, there's got to be more to it than what they're showing us. Because if you just look at the clip and just use common sense, Kadarius Toney's an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
But they're thinking, there's no way he can be that much of an idiot. Like, there has to be a mitigating circumstance to it.
But the flag went straight. The
thinking.
flag went straight,
Flag
like
was
pretty much
straight.
3
Yeah.
seconds into the play. The flag went up,
Yeah,
and
but you heard what they said. They were like, normally the ref, normally one of the refs will like tell them, okay, like you need to move back a bit, right? But from what the ref said, so I read the article where they asked the ref basically what happened, and they were like, it's not, there's no rule. We don't have to tell them, but if they ask, we'll actually say, yeah, you're a bit too far over, so move back.
yeah, if they ask, yeah.
But the thing is, first of all, he didn't ask. But what the ref said was he was so far offside. It was so egregious.
Yeah.
We just did nothing.
What
And I
was
was like, wait a minute. So like, if he was that far offside and he looked around and he asked you, you would have said something. But because it was so bad, and he didn't say anything, you just let it go.
Also, at that time of the game as well, like, as a referee, you don't want to be part of the story.
Yeah.
I get that bit, but also back to Toney. Just like you look across the line, surely he can see that he's out.
There's a still image. There's a still image of him looking down the line.
Yeah.
Before the ball snapped, like him looking at the ball and seeing his foot is in line with the ball.
Yeah.
Like not his head, not like his hand. His whole foot is where the ball is in line.
Yeah. I just think there's no excuse for him. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's droppable behaviour. Like if you're dropping catches, like I understand that a little bit more. That happens. Like I still think at the end of the season he was screwed with all the drops he's had because it's become such a story now that
they can't not act on it now.
Exactly. But you've now literally cost them the game. Like drops and stuff like that.
And the potential number 1 seed now, like that.
That one seed's long gone.
They're 2 games behind Dolphins and Ravens now. It's
yeah. You're jeopardising an entire season now because you're so bang average. And I think if he survives this and is there next year, it can only be because of contract and being cheap, and because they're like, well, no one will take you. We literally have to drop you. That's the only reason. I think they drop him at the trade deadline at the end of the year.
But I just can't understand. So like that is one of the fundamentals. So like you said, dropping a pass, it can happen.
Happens
to everybody. Happens to everybody. I haven't seen a wide receiver not drop a on the numbers pass, and they're like, I can't believe I've just done that.
But lining up offside,
it's crazy.
That can't happen.
No.
And the thing is, like, so the still on the image where he's looking across the line.
Yeah.
He's looking across the line of scrimmage, but there will be a line judge to the left of him, right?
Yeah.
And there's one on the far side as well, so you can look, see the ball, and see the ref, and go, yeah.
You're telling me he doesn't have the presence of mind for 1 second just to go,
maybe I should just take half a step back.
The thing is, he didn't even need to be that high up on the line. The ball, the play wasn't going to him.
Yeah.
The funny thing as well, you can see the other wide receiver on the other side, genuinely like 5 feet further back than him. He's behind the O lineman. Like he's in between the right guard and the centre in terms of gap distance. But he's like nowhere near the ball.
And then, like you say, it's not targeted for him, and it takes away a piece of absolute brilliance.
I mean,
he did
catch it. He did catch the pass from Kelsey.
I mean, if he did drop that one, I would have been very alarmed. But like Kelsey to have that,
looped it to him. Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
Actually, question: if he dropped it, would that have been a fumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gone backwards.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. It's
if you were Kelsey, how fuming are you? Because I know you've got to like come back and be positive and like, but like, that's bad. Like how?
So for Kelsey right now, he's playing for. Well, I don't think he's coming back after this contract. I think he's probably retiring.
Yeah.
He's not going to get another contract unless he does year to year, which maybe he'll do one more year. If the Chiefs are still in it, he'll probably do another year to get like a nice like $10 million contract. He'll get $10 million for another year if he wants
100%.
Even as just I'm going to help coach all the other tight ends you've got and just put me in some formations, but not everything. You know, like a Gronk situation when he came back, but. He's playing for his legacy now. He's not playing to win stuff. He's won everything. He wants another Super Bowl, of course he does. And he's got Taylor Swift on the side. So I mean, obviously you want to still be playing for the Chiefs. You've got Taylor Swift coming to the games, fair game. But he's playing to be recognised as the best tight end who's ever lived.
Yeah.
If he gets another Super Bowl and he's again pivotal in the whole thing, which no reason he shouldn't be, right? He'll probably be the best tight end there's ever been. Right now, there's debate between him and Tony Gonzalez, I would say. Tony Gonzalez was nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. Like, there's still debate there, I'd say. I think people have said he's better than Gronk. People have accepted he's better than Gronk because Gronk just got injured. I think that is what it is.
Well, the fact is that Gronk and him are the same age and he's still playing.
That's what I mean.
True.
So, like, that's what I mean. So, he's probably considered the best, apart from maybe Tony Gonzalez. If he gets on the Super Bowl, he's probably the best.
What about Antonio Gates?
Relax, man. Antonio Gates was good. He's top 10. He ain't better.
Okay.
Come on, man. He may have got honoured at the Chargers game at the weekend, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
told
Shannon
Fab
Sharp.
was there. That was nice, man.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was that guy.
Listen, man. Tony Gonzalez is the best tight end there's ever been.
Okay.
Kelsey's second right now. If Kelsey gets another Super Bowl, Kelsey tries to take it.
Is
So
he the most decorated?
Who? Tony Gonzalez?
Tony Gonzalez.
No.
No.
Not even close.
No.
It's Shannon Sharp, right?
How many Super Bowls does Shannon Sharp win?
He's got
Gronk.
3.
Gronk won
4, yeah.
Did it? Oh,
Gronk
yeah.
Because he won down in Tampa as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah.
course he did.
Gronk got
Shannon,
4.
Shannon Sharp won. He won one with the Ravens and I think 2 with the Broncos.
I don't remember to we can double check some
Yeah.
stats, but either way, but it's not just about like full decoration of
Yeah.
things like that. But Travis Kelce is integral to that team.
Mm.
Tony Gonzalez was unbelievable, like
Okay.
sensational tight end. Like Shannon Sharp was obviously nuts, and a lot of these players are Hall of Famers, top 5, top 10 ever. But Kelce's trying to be the best one ever. He must be raging.
Yeah.
If he misses out on the Super Bowl when they could easily have won it this year, who's the best team in the league right now?
49ers.
Okay, but is it like
49ers.
comfortable, easy?
Yeah, 49ers.
I'd say, fairly comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, like they're just strong all over.
Actually, yeah.
Like-
Did you see what they did to the Eagles and the Cowboys?
Yeah, but in a
And I'd say the NFC is looking more consistent compared to the AFC. AFC, you are seen like teams
and you're
like
confident-
Dolphins got.
yeah, Dolphins, fair enough. But
Right.
you're confident of Purdy in the postseason.
Yeah.
You're confident he'll just coast it, and
Yeah.
because he should, right? With the rest of that team,
Yeah.
Yeah, he should. He should.
that's a Super Bowl.
You're telling me that if he was fit for that Eagles game last year and he had all the same weapons, everything that he has now, they would.
Oh, I had him to win that game.
So yeah, there you go.
Oh no, I would say the Eagles.
Really?
The Eagles were a lot better last year than they are this year.
Yeah. But I thought 49ers were nice. Anyway, we're kind of off topic. But I would say, okay, fine, maybe right now, but 2 weeks ago, did you have like a unanimous 49ers are easily the best team? No one was
Not
really
unanimous, but yeah.
But like the
definitely
I
Eagles,
thought they had the best weapons.
yeah, they totally do. But Eagles had the best record. People weren't really believing in Dallas. People are believing in Dallas now. You think if the Dallas came up against the 49ers in the playoffs, that isn't a game that Dallas could win now. That's a game
It
Dallas
was
could
closer.
A little
Yeah.
closer.
Dallas destroyed Philly.
I just think that defense still gets to Dak. Or that Philly did.
Fair. Trent Williams goes down. How different does that game look if Trent Williams goes down?
Yeah.
But like, this is what I mean, is you may think it's like, you're both like, yeah, 49ers are probably the best team, but like a few weeks ago, there was no unanimous, like, that's easily the best team. Because it was like, yeah, Philly are very good. Okay, Kansas City could turn it on at any time. And you had like 4 or 5 teams who were like, these are viable contenders. Like, they could have easily done this. Like, Kansas City Chiefs are in that mix, but yeah, they're screwing this up.
Yeah.
And taking themselves out of the top seed is a big problem for them. They need to have that home seed,
Yeah.
like that home field advantage. They need to be first seed. They need to be taking the bye. Without that, they're in real trouble because them travelling away with that receiver core
Yeah.
in the playoffs,
Brutal.
they'll get rinsed.
Mm.
Mahomes isn't good enough to carry them right now at home.
Yeah. No more Arrowhead Invitational.
They need that, and that's a problem. Losing to the Bills have been garbage recently.
Yeah.
Bills need to win out to get into the playoffs right now. That's how bad they've been.
They do.
Anyway.
I know.
Anyway, that takes us nicely onto who needs to turn it on. Dami, who needs to fix up after this week's slate of dodgy games?
So the best segment of the week, I've been told.
The
We'll
Love
best
that.
segment in all of sports media.
yeah, man, for sure.
Say less.
So we'll start with the Eagles secondary. So just to give you some stats, last year they were ranked first in passing yards per game at just under 180.
It's wild.
They are now 28th out of 32 at 260 yards per game. So that's 80 yards more per game. That is an incredible decline in performance from their secondary.
Yeah.
Likely it is a result of losing their DC, Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon, clearly a problem.
And I think they're missing, is it CJ Gardner-Johnson, who was a really good safety for them.
Yeah.
However, they've been giving up points to everyone.
Yeah.
I still go back to Sam Howell was cooked them in both games he played. I think he averaged like 33 points a game in the 2 games he played against them. And now they're falling to the 5th seed.
Mad, isn't it?
right.
5th seed, yeah. I mean,
But that's only because of because they're both 10-2 now, aren't they?
10-3.
10
10 and 3.
sorry.
Yeah, they're both 10 and 3 now. Yeah,
So it's only on head to head.
yeah.
That's close.
Actually, they split the head-to-head 1-1, so I think it's probably
Division
like
and
conference.
and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah. But on matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're now the 5th seed, and they'll have to go on the road in the playoffs. I don't like the way their defense is hanging out at the moment. I think they're going to struggle if they're on the road.
Yeah, they probably get that home field.
The only blessing they have, and we'll go into the playoff picture after this, is that the 4th seed will be probably the NFC South, which they should roll quite easily. So they'll be all right for the wild card round, but when it comes to the divisional round, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle because they might end up having to play the 1st seed, which is the 49ers off a bye. So they're going to be rested,
scary,
healthy, and Brock and Debo are going to want that smoke.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for them. So yeah, they need to fix up.
I think the Eagles probably still take the 1st seed though.
I think their run of fixtures, their last 4 games is.
Yeah.
I think we went through this last week, but
Okay.
do you want me to just quickly run
Go
through them? So the Cowboys have got Bills, Dolphins, Lions, Commanders.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a lot of winning teams.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And the Cowboys have only just beaten a winning team just now.
Yeah.
Eagles have got Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
Yeah, unfortunately for my Giants, that's too easy. Wins
How
for
are your
Eagles.
last 3 games? Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
Yeah.
Eagles have played their tough stretch, and yeah, they got destroyed by the 49ers and the Cowboys, but they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Dolphins already once. I think the Eagles probably finish up that with four wins, but they could lose to the Seahawks and still take it because I don't think the Cowboys are winning all of those games.
No.
Cowboys will drop a couple of those games, I think.
You don't know about Tommy DeVito, man.
Tommy DeVito.
Stop it.
You don't know about Tommy DeVito, man.
What could be interesting is if they lose the first one,
Yeah.
and Tommy DeVito then has a chance of fixing up for the second one, because then that makes that Week 18 matchup juicy. Because if it goes the way I think it probably will, Eagles might need to win that game to get the 1st seed. And in that Week 18, Tommy DeVito, they may be playing some contracts in that game.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley's playing for a contract right now. Now, that's something to remember for these last few games. He's playing for a contract, and running backs have declined in value this year. Everyone's dropping running backs. No money on them. The only one who's going to get paid at the moment is McCaffrey. Saquon's getting paid right now, but that could end this year if they decide he's not worth it.
That brings on an interesting question for me in terms of what would people like Derrick Henry be doing. So.
Yeah, man. They're in some trouble.
Yeah.
Because Tajay Spears has been playing.
Yeah, he's been playing well. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm derailing the segment again. I do that. Anyway,
So-
talk to us. Who else needs to fix up?
So second on the fix-up list is the Detroit Lions.
Well, the whole thing.
It's a nice story. They've won a few games.
Nice.
They're top of the division. The Lions fans and the media, they've been used to sucking for years.
Why don't you just say that's cute to make them feel better?
Sorry, that's cute. Wow. They've won a few games. They're feeling themselves. They have literally played like hot garbage for a month now.
Yeah.
They should have lost to the Bears at that first game in Detroit. They barely beat the Saints after being up 21-0.
Yeah.
And now
The Packers too.
Yeah, they got destroyed. The thing is, that game was not as close as the score seems.
Yeah.
It was a one-score game, but the Packers beat them up all over the field, and then they lost. And then they lost to the Bears. What was it? 28-13.
Yeah.
By the way, the Bears have got a really good wide receiving core. By the way, the Bears.
Yeah.
So they do.
It's good.
Darnell Mooney, Moore, Komet.
Yeah, I said
bad.
at the start of the season
Not
I
bad.
like Darnell Mooney, you know.
Yeah,
And,
really
and
good.
DJ Moore was an okay sign, but they're both number 2s for me. So that's not a season. But I mean, I liked the Bears in this one as well. By the way,
Yeah,
we didn't do our predictions.
Oh,
The prediction
okay.
thing wasn't set, but I would have taken the Bears in this one.
Really?
I've taken the Bears by 3, maybe 1, but with less than 3 points. Yeah, I just thought it was a trap game.
Wow.
I really thought it was. Like as you say, they played really poorly against them before, and the Lions have only gotten worse. Bears have gotten better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. That little trap.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, so the division. So they probably thought that the division was sewn up already. They thought, all the other teams in the division are hopeless. the Packers have become resurgent. The Vikings have Josh Dobbs, which means that you don't really know what you're going to get from the Vikings. But the Vikings defense has improved a lot since the start of the year.
Offense turned to garbage.
Yeah, their offense has turned to garbage, but their defense is incredible now. Well, not incredible, but it's significantly improved.
They dropped Josh Dobbs in this game.
Yeah,
They did,
but
They benched him.
they did, but they also didn't concede any points, which is an incredible feat to do. And now you've got the Vikings on 7-6. I can't remember what the Packers are on. I think they might be 7-6.
No, 7-6 as well.
7-6
There's a lot of
as
teams
well.
on 7-6.
7-6 going into tonight's game against the Giants, which they are probably going to win.
I hope so.
They're 6-6. Sorry, they're
So
6-6. But we
6-6.
just assume they're going to be the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay, fair.
I mean, I don't really want from them. They got 4 wins, and you think Tommy DeVito's that guy.
Okay.
The only way that the Giants win that game is if Saquon rushes for like 150.
I'd love it if he does.
It's the only way that's happening.
You've got Dami all feeling warm and fuzzy.
Oh yeah, Saquon. Yeah. Anyway, so they need to clean up the turnovers on offense. Jared Goff is throwing way too many interceptions, and start getting that pass rush home. I'm tired of seeing Aiden Hutchinson being held and not being called. He gets held on every single pass rush.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like he doesn't do enough to sell it.
Yeah.
Because it's every single play he gets held. It's like every single, and he just doesn't get the flag. But yeah, they need to fix up because the Vikings are coming back, the Packers are coming back.
Bears.
Yeah. Nah, a bit
Okay.
too
You don't know
far.
those Bears?
They're a bit too far adrift.
Yeah, they're a bit too far adrift. But honestly, with these 4 games left, by the way, the Lions' last 4 games, they've got the Cowboys, a resurgent Broncos,
Yeah.
and 2 games against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Those Vikings games could be hella important
Yeah.
at the end of the season.
We said this a few weeks ago. Those 2
Yeah.
games against the Vikings could be interesting.
So they need to fix up. And then lastly, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You gave up 31 points to Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
After you gave up 31 points to downtown Jake Brown, what is happening to that defense, man? That defense is horrible.
Man, how they're still like 8-5 now.
They're top of their division, and their defense has been horrible all year.
Yeah, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is fit, which has caused problems for them now. But yes, the
The
defense.
defenses need to.
Because the thing is, they got 27 points. You should not lose a game if you score 27 points. Is that me being unfair? It was like me the other day saying you shouldn't lose if your team concedes 10 points. Like, I feel like
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a little different.
okay, fair.
That's
okay,
a little
fair.
different because what's the average points scored in an NFL game? I think I did it in one of the early episodes. It's like 44 or something.
44.
So
Okay.
yeah, like I mean, in theory, technically speaking, if you score 27, you probably should win. Just mathematically.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair. I don't think that's unfair.
Yeah.
Mathematically speaking, yes, if you score 27,
Yeah.
you should win almost every NFL game.
And especially you shouldn't be losing to Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he's
He was
experienced.
doing
isn't
what
he?
we were doing 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just chilling, watching.
You know, it makes
Red
it even
Sox.
sweeter. At his mum's. That was a lovely dinner, he said.
You can't give up 31 points and then throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, 3 picks is rough. He clearly wasn't healthy in this game, though. I think that's the.
They're
That's
lucky
the thing.
that the Texans lost yesterday
And
because
they've lost Nico as well.
because Nico Collins got knocked out the game
Right here,
in
man.
5 minutes now, and CJ Stroud got knocked out the game too.
Yeah, Miles Garrett out here, man.
Miles Garrett's
He
balling.
can mind his business.
But Kriski, didn't you have them in the Super Bowl this year?
What, the Jags?
Yeah.
They did at the start of the season.
Yeah,
you're
there's
right.
no way they're making it. Not with
Yeah,
the way
if we
the defense is
repick
playing.
now, I would maybe reconsider.
Their
But
defense
We're
is
picking
horrible.
14 weeks into the season is pretty rogue.
Their defense is horrible.
We can do a repick actually when we go into the playoffs.
Sure.
okay,
We'll do our
on who we actually think is going to
yeah.
go away.
We'll do a little repick on that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's it for me. So the 3 on the fix-up list were the Eagles secondary, the Lions, and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Fair.
Who'd you like, Kriski?
I've had my Kadarius Toney rant, but don't need to revisit it.
I mean, yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah.
we've been saying it since week 1.
We've
when
been
he did
bringing
those
up
drop
the
catches.
Yeah.
It's not even Kadarius Toney. We just said the wide receivers of that team. In their
Yeah, I
entirety.
feel like that big one does overshadow how bad they were across the board. But
Yeah. But like Rashee Rice, last 3 games.
He did.
He's
He did
alright.
drop 2 quite obvious
Yeah.
ones, but he did. Yeah, he did. He
He's
did
been
have.
alright.
Did solid game. I
Last
must
3
say.
weeks, 8 receptions, 7 receptions. Last
Yeah.
game. Last game was 7 receptions from 10 targets.
Mm.
That's not bad.
No.
He's been getting. He was like 8 of 10, 8 of 9, and now 7 of 10. That's 3 games. Like he's become a target of Mahomes, and you trust
Yeah,
him.
100%.
So he's now got a second option. What he needs is some completely non-garbage third option. Someone who's just, I can throw to you and you will catch the ball.
I think
I
we're a
mean,
bit
well,
too late in the
Watson.
season for that.
Well, I think it's Justin Watson.
He caught a couple of nice catches in that
Every
game.
time I swear, every time he tries to throw it to Sky Moore, something goes wrong.
Yeah, because Sky Moore's garbage.
He always seems to either run the wrong route or not run it properly.
Oh, they broke it down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where he just like he ran. He didn't do it properly. He didn't make a hard enough cut.
He didn't flatten out the route. Yeah.
He didn't make a hard enough
Yeah.
cut, and then he was like,
So for the benefit of the audience, when you're talking about wide receivers, when they run their routes, when you're doing like a cut inside across the middle of the field, what you're supposed to do is completely flatten your route, because if you drift it upfield, i.e. in a slightly diagonal fashion, it's really easy for the linebackers or the safety, or even the corner if they're tracking you, to just cut across it and either stop it, tackle you, or pick it, or get the interception. And he never flattens out his route, and Mahomes is losing his mind because he threw it exactly where he meant to, but Mahomes was like, I can't. No, in fact, Mahomes didn't throw it where he wanted to. He had to change it because he was like, this guy isn't going to flatten his route. You could see he was like, they showed his face as he was doing it. He was like, I'm just going to have to throw this where I know he's going to be, but I know he's not going to catch it if I do it that. So he's like, either I throw it to no one, or I throw it where at least he could catch it, even though I know he's not going to. Because he won't flatten out his fucking routes. You could just see it, and Sky Moore needs to go immediately. At least Kadarius Toney, we know, can. I don't even know what that guy can do, actually. Like, he's present in the play and he runs the route, he's just crap at everything. Sky Moore can catch but can't run a route.
yeah.
Just combine both of them and you might get a player that can actually play. They're both going to get dropped this year.
Yeah.
Bring Juju back. I don't know, man.
No way. The Patriots just paid him $33 million.
This is it, right? But this is going to keep happening with the Chiefs, though. Well, not this year. But when, like, Rashee Rice, actually, would be a great example, because what they'll do is, their second round pick, wasn't he, Rashee Rice? He was actually a high draft pick. But they turn players who are kind of a bit ropey, on coming off of like bad contracts, players who like, we're not paying this guy anything and we don't really rate him, and then Mahomes makes them look good, and then someone pays them, which is really stupid. Patriots always seem to be the beneficiary of that because they're just making dumb choices. But like Rashee Rice could easily, if he gets taken over his rookie contract, the Chiefs aren't going to pay him. Chiefs won't pay him.
So what they did with Juju, I assume they were trying to do that with MVS, but then MVS flopped hard, and now probably no one's going to sign MVS now.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, because they're like, we have Mahomes, we have Reed, we can make almost any receiver work, and it's worked.
Yeah.
It's been working. Like, yeah, Tyreek blew that curve way out, and they were like, we're definitely not paying you. They don't pay their receivers because they don't need to, because Mahomes is so good that in most cases, 90% of the time, he'll make it work, because we'll coach the receivers to be better, and Mahomes will just put it wherever and make the plays, and it's been working. Tyreek Hill went, and they were like, no problem, win the Super Bowl next year, no problem. None of these receivers can play apart from Rice. And they're fine with Rice for the next 2 years because of his rookie contract. But they need someone else.
It's brutal.
It's rough. But yeah, that receiver call. It's weird. Mine was Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I said I saw this one coming, though. Like, I saw this one coming. Bit of a trap game. But the thing is, this one's motivational.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I like Jared Goff. I actually think he can play. Like,
Okay.
he's a decent quarterback. Tough day at the office. I believe in you. Fix it up for next week against the Broncos, and we're back on track.
Yeah, true. If
Yeah.
they do beat
Division.
Denver, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you win that game,
You basically sold it up.
you've got the division.
You've got the division.
Like, there's no way the Vikings and the Packers.
We're making up that much ground.
No, it's a lot of ground to make up, and you're assuming that the Vikings didn't have to beat the Lions twice. Like, that's a tough ask. Even if they split that series, that's fine
Yeah.
for Detroit. They don't need to win one, maybe two more games max. Like, they're all good. Just need to Just turn it on a little bit. Get back to winning football. And you'd like to think that it gets to this kind of period of time, i.e. the temperature drops, gets a bit colder. They're meant to be a tough football team. That's like the whole mentality that Dan Campbell's trying to bring to it, right? That was kind of we're going to be a tough team, we're going to, on the way down, we're going to bite your knees off or something like that crazy speech he gave. Bite your kneecaps, and then when we come back up, we're going to take an ankle or whatever it was. Like, most rogue press conference I've ever seen, apart from Sanders, actually. Yeah, Coach Prime's one was crazy. Hot garbage. But, it's just turn it on a little bit. Just fix up a little bit. 2 interceptions in that game.
It's unlike him.
It's avoidable.
Yeah.
These are avoidable losses. And it's just... I mean, as I say, I saw this one coming. I thought the Bears were going to win. I thought it was a bit of a trap game. But they could easily beat the Broncos next week. Easily. Broncos are coming off a big win against the Chargers. They think they're all that. Come back down to earth a little bit against the Lions, I reckon.
Okay.
Anyway, Dami, injury corner. Brief one. Who's injured? And does it matter?
Again, so following the same format as last week, we're really only going to focus on the teams that are in play of contention.
Yeah.
So Trevor Lawrence for the Jags is to be determined how bad the high ankle sprain is. He kind of got it in the previous week, and then I think he re-aggravated it this week. So just waiting to find out more about that. Justin Jefferson got fractured ribs. I don't know if you saw the hit.
No, I haven't seen the hit yet, but...
Yeah. Basically, Josh Dobbs threw it over the middle.
Yeah.
And he caught it, but
exposed.
He was exposed, heavily exposed, and the guy's just gone through his ribs.
Through the back of it.
First game back.
First game back, it was brutal. And that was what Tom Brady was saying. Like, he used to not throw it over the middle because he knew his wide receivers would get destroyed.
Yeah.
But that's what Josh Dobbs did.
It's less of a problem now, though, because wide receivers are more protected. But
Sure.
when you throw it up like that, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Like, if you throw it at, like anywhere within kind of where you can keep your feet on the ground, normally receivers are protected. But that one, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Way too high.
Yeah, so that was problem. Nico Collins had a calf strain very early on into the game. So he's 2 to 4 weeks out with the calf strain.
Texans are in trouble.
They are.
Texans are in trouble.
They're 2 big wide receivers. Is Noah Brown back from the injury?
He played.
Yeah, but
Noah Brown?
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, him, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell as a 3.
That's a scary
that was
3.
a scary 3.
Yeah, it was good.
But now two of them are out. It's not looking good for the Texans' hopes.
Jags have got that division. So.
Yeah.
Well, you would think so, but they lost to Joe Flacco and downtown Jake Brown.
Are the Texans going to win another game?
Well, we'll see. I still believe in CJ Stroud. On to CJ Stroud. He was.
Schultz is out as well.
Yeah. That was a big loss. That's a big
Schultz
loss.
has gone too.
Concussion protocol. Likely to be out for a week. Christian Watson, wide receiver, for Green Bay, hamstring. So he missed week 14, but he's likely to be out for another week and then come back.
Yeah.
Alexander Mattison, so for the Minnesota Vikings, high ankle sprain, likely to be out for 3 weeks. So the really key last period.
Yeah, the final stretch.
Yeah, final stretch. KJ Hamilton, safety for Baltimore, knee injury. They're still waiting to find out about this. They think it's an MCL sprain. They're not 100% sure. TJ Watt for Pittsburgh, concussion protocol. They said he should be alright. I'm not 100% sure. But he's also...
need him to be alright.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, so I think he'll be fine. And then Micah Hyde, safety for the Buffalo. So he had a stinger.
Yeah.
But will recover quickly. When I was looking this up, I had no idea what the hell stinger meant.
Is it like winded? No.
No. So a stinger is apparently an injury that occurs when the nerves in the neck and the shoulder are stretched or compressed after impact. It's common in contact or collision sports. And they're named stingers because there's a stinging pain that spreads from the shoulder to the hand. So it basically means that he basically couldn't use his arm for like a few seconds, and he must have been like, "What? I can't feel or use my arm."
Yeah.
So
Scary stuff.
I've heard that.
That's not a good thing.
Like during goalkeeping days, I used to have it all shooting all the way down my left arm, all the way to the top of my finger.
You can't run from that problem.
Oh God.
But that's not a good thing, man. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, oh God. Okay.
Back in my day, I couldn't feel my hands.
Yeah. They're like one hand trying to save goals, man.
What's wrong with you? But it's called literally in American sports they call it a stinger. I hope there's a more official term, medical term for it than a stinger.
So, right?
Yeah, than a stinger. But that's what they called it on the report.
Call it busted hand.
Mm-hmm. And then just some other teams who I don't really believe are in player contention. Justin Herbert, Josh Jacobs, they both got injuries. Josh Jacobs, he limped out of the game in the fourth quarter, so still waiting for a diagnosis. Justin Herbert fractured his index finger, and that's why we got to see Easton Stick.
Yeah, we're gonna see him some more.
Yeah, we're gonna see him. We're gonna see him because the Chargers got a game on Thursday night, so it's a bit too soon for Justin Herbert.
Yes, sir.
Easton Stick.
Yeah.
Watch your space.
Cool.
I'm not watching the space pieces.
No one wants to see
I'm
that.
not watching any space.
Let's take a break to pay some bills. The Fantasy Game Day app is a way to play weekly monetized fantasy NFL. Use the code MMQBU, deposit £7.50 and enter a lineup and you'll get a free £7.50 to play with. We keep doing this every week. We've done it again. Dami, talk to us. How'd it go this time?
So not as bad this week.
Juicy.
Yeah.
I didn't win any money.
That's fine. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. You seem to lose a lot, but that's fine.
Yeah, I do tend to lose a lot. But I came 65th.
That's better.
Progress.
170 odd, so not horrendous. Probably just in the second. Wait, my maths is not gonna math. Actually, so I'm in the second third of the people. So I'm mid-tier, as they say.
No, well, I mean, okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't actually choose McCaffrey because he is way too expensive on Fantasy Game Day.
Big, innit?
I think I ended up captaining Kamara. And I was like, but it's PPR, right? I was thinking he's gonna get receptions.
Well, I had him.
He might get a touchdown or two. I think he got 27 points in the end, which wasn't amazing.
We got 13, so he doubled up.
Yeah.
He got a touchdown.
He did, but he didn't really do much outside of that,
Yeah.
which was a shame. And then I bet on people like Rashee Rice, which was a disaster.
Rashee Rice had an alright game as well.
Yeah, but not enough points.
You need big games.
Yeah. And for the first time I bet on Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a disaster. Yeah.
What? Why?
He wasn't as good. How many
points did he get?
I think he got me 20 something, which is not bad, but it's not what I needed.
You needed like 40 points.
Yeah, I needed 40 points. Yeah.
40 more places, man. That's where you need to be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. Purdy was actually an alright pick, but he must have had some garbage.
Yeah, but he threw an interception, which didn't help. And
That's not very
apparently
many
Brock Purdy doesn't throw interceptions until when I pick him.
Leave him out, mate.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, but anyway, this week I'm going to go with someone that Kriski adores, Cooper Kupp, as my captain. Yeah.
A love-hate relationship at the moment,
Yeah.
but okay. Explain the pick.
Yeah, so obviously PPR, the guy gets loads of targets,
Yeah, man.
lots of receptions. Stafford absolutely adores him, seems to throw to him every time, and then if he doesn't, it goes to Puka. But of course, Cooper is his number one target. I expect him to get a touchdown in the next game, and I just believe in Cooper Kupp's ability to catch the rock. So, Kriski, who are you going for?
Going for your mate, Debo.
Oh, I love that guy.
Honestly, he's
He
been on
talks
absolute
so
fire.
much crud, but he's so good.
Been on fire. They're at Cardinals this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's enough said, really. I think,
Yeah, that's enough.
He's going to carry on
That's enough.
what he's been doing, mate. So, yeah, that's who I'm going for this week, Debo.
Okay.
Ben?
I'm riding with Kamara. I had him last week, and then he got 13 points, which is a bad week for him, which tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
13 points is a bad week, got a touchdown.
He's going to bounce back.
I think he's got a big week. He's playing the Giants at home.
Yeah, enough
I,
said.
I think he's going to get some points, you know. I think
Why are you saying it like that?
Because they've got 4 wins. And they can't defend the run or the pass. They don't defend anything well. You just at least try and defend one of them well.
And the Saints are still in the playoff picture.
Yeah, Saints need a win. Kamara coming off not getting used in the passing game that much. So I think they might get him back involved.
Okay.
I think he's going to have another good week. I think it's going to be a 20-point week for Kamara.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be a 25-point week for Kamara. Gets a few touches in the air. I think he's got it.
Check in with you next week.
Yeah, man. Anyway, download the Fantasy Game Day app now. Use code MMQBU when you sign up. Get that £7.50. Now let's get back to the episode. Right, cool. Let's whiz us through a playoff picture.
Yeah,
What's the situation, Dami?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the AFC. So the Ravens are up there by themselves on the 1 seed with a 10-3 record. Then it's the Dolphins, the Chiefs at 3, which is you don't often see. The Jaguars at 4, 8-5, and then it's the Browns, the Steelers, and the Colts. So, pretty much what we saw last week. I think. I don't think any teams have actually dropped out from the previous week, but the Chiefs at 8-5, we're not going to see the Arrowhead Invitational. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
They also need to watch their back because in the hunt, you have the Broncos at 7-6.
Yeah.
And the Broncos look good.
They have to play the Chiefs again, don't they?
No, they've played the Chiefs twice. Yeah, they split the head to head.
Yeah.
You've got the Texans. I don't know about the Texans now with all those injuries. Somehow the Bengals are still alive.
You've got 6 teams on 7-6 now. The Bills are right back in it.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Bills, they're at the bottom of the 7-6.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they need to win out and hope some of those other teams lose. But how are the Bengals still in after they lost Joe Burrow like 3 weeks ago?
Jake Browning.
Downtown Jake Brown.
Yeah, man.
Jakey B.
You lot gave me some bombastic side-eye when I said the Steelers might make the playoffs this year. You lot were like, what, 4th choice in the division Steelers?
I would hope not.
Say something.
No, the thing is, I hope they wouldn't.
Say something.
I hope they wouldn't because their quarterback play is horrendous.
Doesn't matter. They're there. 7-6 right now. 6 seed.
I still can't believe that the Bears picked Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's rogue, but we'll skip on.
We'll skip on that, and then we'll talk about how actually most of our team sides of the playoffs, the NFC, the 49ers, the Cowboys, and the Eagles all on 10-3, but of course the 49ers and Cowboys are technically top of their divisions. The 49ers being the first seed, the Lions at 9-4, top of their division. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, top of the NFC South, the most grim division in football right now.
Baker Mayfield, coming through clutch there.
Yeah, he did.
6-7 record.
Yeah, the top 3 teams in that division are all on 6-7.
Someone's going to have to win it, regrettably.
That is so regrettable, that division. And then you have the Vikings and the Packers filling out the other 2 wildcard spots.
Who'd have thought,
Yeah. They're resurgent teams. They found ways to win. I'm really impressed with the Packers, man. Jordan Love actually looks quite good now.
He's fine, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks good.
He's fine, isn't he? I think we had them winning 4 or 5 games this year. We already smashed that.
Yeah. So no, they look really
big
good.
win tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, man. 5 more games for them.
Yeah.
Anything on this is a bonus.
Yeah.
They make it to the playoffs with Jordan Love.
Yeah, no, that would be huge. And
I mean, it's legitimate right now, right? Who's their competition?
Yeah, so in the hunt, you have the Rams, the Seahawks, the Falcons, and the Saints. So again, other teams on 6 and 7. Isn't it quite interesting that in the hunt on the AFC, all the teams on 7 and 6, and then the NFC is all 6 and 7? That kind of just shows you the levels of the two conferences.
It's rogue, isn't it?
That teams with losing records are actually going to be making the NFC.
It's actually quite
playoffs.
Scary.
Yeah, it's true. But you've got Cowboys, Eagles, and 49ers.
Yeah.
Probably the 3 best teams.
In the league, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. So it's like,
Ravens.
the NFC is like the top tier, but also the worst. Group.
Yeah,
and then the AFC just kind of
Yeah.
in the middle.
And we've really kind of skipped over the lines because they played poorly in the last few weeks, but they're 9-4 still.
Yeah, it's a very impressive record.
It's crazy.
It's a really good record. Well,
crazy.
Well, initially we didn't think it was that great record because we thought the Packers and the Vikings were terrible, and now they've improved, and we're like,
it's actually a really competitive division.
Fair play to them. So yeah, that is the playoff picture going into week 15.
Decent.
Yeah.
Decent. All right, let's jump into next week then. Kriski, game of the week. What do you like?
I'm going with the Ravens at the Jags.
Yeah.
If Trevor's fit, I feel.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
of
like
course.
that. Obviously, Ravens fought for a high-scoring game, just got through it.
Yeah.
Are they going to tighten the ship? But it's also going to Jacksonville. They need a win
They do.
just to kind of cement that place.
They
So
do.
a lot to play for in that one. So I think that is banking on Trevor being fully fit. If he is, I think it's going to be a cracking game. But if not, the Ravens are just going to be far too much overpowered.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah. No,
That could be a good game.
Yeah, I completely agree. I see Trevor throwing some more interceptions though.
Against that defense, I do.
It could be a good game. I think it probably ends up being a Ravens blowout.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
So quick one, just to let you all know, there are Saturday games this week. So don't forget, set a reminder, whatever you need to do. There's 3 games on Saturday, starting from 6 p.m. Start from 6 p.m.
I think so.
Start from 6. And then they'll go on from there. One at then like just after 9, and then the next one on starting at like 1 a.m. So check those out. Those are going to be banging. Love a good Saturday game.
I think I'm doing it this Saturday night, so I might just be chilling in watching that now.
That's 100% what I'm doing. I've got an afternoon tea.
Ooh.
Gonna be a fancy one. That's
Very
all I'm
fancy.
saying.
Fancy.
Yeah, man, we're going for an afternoon tea. Love a Christmas afternoon tea. They're banging. Nice hotel. It's gonna be good, man. They do a nice spread, a nice afternoon tea, man.
Back in the day, men used to fight in the war. Now we go to afternoon tea.
I have done a couple.
Bro, they used to go to afternoon tea too back in the day. What do you mean? High tea? What's your problem?
This generation's gone to the dogs, mate.
What's wrong with you? Anyway, for me this week, I like Seahawks Eagles.
Yeah.
Both off of big losses. Both need to win for different reasons, and it's on Monday night.
Okay.
That's a juicy one.
Who's
That's
at
all I'm
home?
saying.
Eagles at home?
Good question. I actually know the answer to that. Let me check.
Whilst he finds that, I'm going for the Bills versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Classic, yeah.
I think, well, both teams need the wins. Both teams need the win for different reasons. So the Bills need to win to keep pace with the 5 other teams that are 7-6.
7-6 club, yeah.
So, or else they fall out, and then I'm not sure they can make that up because then there will only be 3 games left. And then the Cowboys need to win, not only to maintain number 1 seed in their division, but also get the number 1 seed in the conference and get the bye, because I think that bye is so advantageous.
Yeah,
if you get it, you get all your players back. They're all healthy. You get to work on a week. You get 2 weeks of rest basically. So and you also get to work out, for example, which team you're going to play.
Yeah.
And it's more prep, more film. I think it's best.
That's what I was going to say. Particularly if you're a really good coach.
Yeah.
If you're kind of a mid coach, we've seen that it can have an adverse effect because your team don't play, they're not as game ready, and then get beaten.
Lose momentum as well. Yeah,
lose momentum. Whereas if you're a good coach, like if you're an Andy Reid, that's a godsend. You're like,
it is.
oh man, we're going to cook whoever comes into our head. Yeah, man. Seahawks are at home, so that makes it even juicier because the Eagles got to travel into the Seahawks domain, and DK Metcalf's losing his mind right now.
On a Monday night.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Who do you think then? Bills, Cowboys. Who takes it?
I think the Cowboys take it.
You know what? Bold shout. I think the Bills win ugly.
Really?
Win
I don't know,
ugly.
man.
Cowboys a little bit complacent.
People are saying Josh Allen played really well yesterday.
It was a
scored
scrappy
20
game.
points.
It was a scrappy game.
And Stephon Diggs wasn't even a factor in the game.
I know, it's funny because one of the commentators did say, whoever gets 20 points wins. Judging by stats. And
have you seen the 2 teams' records?
Yeah,
Kansas City basically lose as soon as they concede over 20 points.
Yeah.
They lose.
It was bonkers, but yeah.
The only thing that might be an interesting factor on that is weather. It's in Buffalo, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's probably going to be icy and snow.
Could be snowy, which is and then an interesting one for the Cowboys. Because Cowboys at home, I think they win that by like 25 points.
Yeah.
But if they're going into Buffalo, that makes things slightly more tricky.
Yeah.
But I think Cowboys still take that.
I think gut says yes, but I'm like, you know what, maybe a little.
Yeah, and Bills just hope for snow. That's where they're at right now.
Yeah, they do.
You want the hottest team in the league who just busted down like the Eagles coming in.
It's playing 10 foot deep of snow.
Yeah, you need snow in that game. They better pray for some snow. Decent. Yeah, some good games coming up. Saturday games, like we said before. Set a little reminder. I've already done it because I will forget otherwise. So well up for that.
Nice.
Let's move on to making us some money. So the bankers. We're gonna do this briefly because. Yeah, I think it was because I was unwell. We had a bit of a
Is that what we're going for?
Man.
Yeah.
We'll tell whatever lies I need to tell.
Does this mean you're reimbursing us all for our stakes or?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Don't check for me. Like, let's just. I was unwell. There were some ropey decisions.
Right.
So the field goals let us down on Thursday. So we missed our 6-1, which was a bit of a cheeky little side 6-1 anyway on Thursday. But
yeah.
Field goals, disappointment.
Betting on field goals now.
Man, I was out of my mind. Wow. Sunday, bit disappointing. No touchdown for Ferguson, but Dowdle got one. So a couple weeks ago, I was like, I like Dowdle to get a touchdown. He's getting more goal line carries. Ferguson doesn't get one, who's been the main red zone target.
Yeah.
Dowdle gets one. I was pissed. I was like, I can't even.
They did call it out at the start of the game as well. One of the guys on American shows, CBS, whoever's hosting it, about Ferguson, like he was in his picks, and I was like, well, that's not coming in now.
Oh, Rax, 100%.
Yeah, I watched it, and I was like, yeah,
cash out now.
I feel like you deserve to lose your money for betting on Rico Dowdle.
But I didn't this week. Oh, you mean before?
Yeah.
You just lose all my money forever. You deserve to lose every bet you ever make for the rest of your life because you bet Rico Dowdle. But you got his touchdown this week, that's all I'm saying. But we're still up on the season. We go again. Good. And in fact, we could go the rest of the season, bet every single week, 2 games a week, and we'll still be up.
That 27-1 came in clutch.
27-1, 9-1, 8-1, all of those together, we can do whatever for the rest of the season, and we're still up on the money. So I'm not saying we're going to take our foot off the gas. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying you're welcome. That's all I'm saying.
Back stronger.
Back stronger, and I will win you some money. Obviously, that's what we'll go for. But if you didn't take the 27-1, that's your business.
So just to be clear, let's just assume you've done 2 Ben's bankers every week for 14 weeks.
Yes, sir.
So out of a potential 28 bankers, only 3 have come in.
Yeah. How many do you need? Why are you acting like these are like even odds we're putting on here? Why are you acting like it's like 50-50 chance of coming in? We're putting like 60-1 on some weeks. These are like ones you put like a 50p or a £1 on to go like, let's go to the shops and just go a bit big on it. Like
we may have to reconsider Ben's bankers.
What's your problem? Like I haven't won us money.
Okay.
You said if you do 2 every week, that's 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the 27-1 has brought you your money back from that anyway, and we've also done 9-1 and an 8-1.
Yeah, but how many?
I'm just saying 3 out of 28 is not great numbers.
Yeah.
Do you just want a 2-1 every week?
Yes.
That's all you want?
Yes.
We'll see what the audience wants, yeah? Because when I spoke to a couple of people, they're like, give me some high odds.
That's Kay who wants
give
me a 500-1. Yeah.
No. Kay wants silly odds. I didn't say silly. Kay wants 5 billion to 1, and he's like, why didn't it come in? What I'm saying is, people want high odds, few different options. Like people only want like a 4-leg, like a 4-part parlay.
Yeah, parlay.
For like 50-1. I'm like, well, if I do that, I'm gonna have to put someone to get 300 yards.
Yeah.
Like. And I did that with Kyron Williams. We had Kyron Williams, 100 yards and a touchdown. It was a two-leg parlay. Got us what?
Right.
9-1? 8-1? 9-1.
As they say, Kriski, one doth protest too much.
Exactly. I'm just saying,
This guy,
mate.
do you know why he's mad?
Final stretch, mate, of the season. We might be watching him with a close eye.
Yeah, we'll win some more. I'll lower the odds if that's what you want. You want more low odds ones? I'll give you low odds ones.
Green ticks, mate. That's what we need.
Yeah, green ticks, man.
All I'm saying is, you're just mad because you didn't take the 27-1.
I am mad I didn't take the 27-1.
That's your business.
Right.
Live with that.
Yeah.
So you're probably down on the season because you didn't take them all.
Yeah.
If you take them all, you're up. That's your business. Live with it.
Yeah, all right.
Live with that. But we go again. We'll bring maybe some lower odds. Just maybe Dami's happy.
Thank you.
And yeah, anything else we want to add apart from just you spouting nonsense?
You up in your game, but yeah, we'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah, man. We'll come up with some good stuff next week. We'll come up with some juicy stuff in fact, for the Saturday games, we'll do a little special one for the Saturday games. How about that?
Brilliant.
Juicy.
Sounds good to me.
There you go.
Juicy. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.